Hi, today I am going to explain an American mystery adventure television series called The Mysterious Benedict Society, released 2021. Warning: spoilers ahead, watch it at your own risk. The movie's storyline is set in a distant future, where a mysterious force is secretly attacking our world, causing people to become increasingly anxious. This growing anxiety leads to a global illusion of panic known as the emergency, which instills a pervasive fear of impending disaster among citizens, disrupting the economy and other aspects of life. Reynie, an orphan who loves reading and enjoys solitude, yearns for friendship, but is mocked by the other children at the orphanage for his intelligence. He often feels out of place, since the others are not nearly as smart as he is. His only mentor is Ms. Parimal, his Tamil language teacher. One day, Ms. Parimal shows Reynie an advertisement for a test offering winners a scholarship to the prestigious Boatwright Academy. Reynie has always dreamed of attending Boatwright, but is unsure of his abilities. Ms. Parimal reassures him that he is the most deserving candidate for the test. The next morning, she picks him up, and they drive to the examination hall, parting with a hug. Many children have also come to take the test. Their examiner, a quirky but strict woman named Number 2, briefs them on the rules. Reynie reads the first question, which asks if he had to save either an elephant or a llama falling from a height, which one he would choose. Reynie answers that he would save the elephant, hoping it would break the llama's fall, so both could survive. After answering several questions with compassion-related responses, Reynie reaches the final question, which asks if he is brave. After thoughtful consideration, he replies that he would like to think so. Number 2 then instructs everyone to put down their pencils. She grades the papers while the students wait patiently. Once finished, she informs them that those who pass this test will advance to the second phase, to be held in a building on the next block at exactly 1 p.m. She emphasizes that they are only allowed to bring a single pencil and eraser. When Reynie inquires about sharpeners in case the lead breaks, she assures him that everything necessary will be provided. Finally, she reads the list of students who passed, which contains only Reynie's name. Everyone else leaves disappointedly while Reynie proceeds to the next examination hall. As he walks inside, he sees a girl named Rhonda accidentally drop her pencil into a sewer drain. Rhonda's friend abandons her and goes inside, but Reynie offers to help. With only a few minutes before the exam starts, he breaks his pencil in half and gives one part to her, trusting that sharpeners will be available inside. She thanks him and offers to show him the answers during the test, but Reynie declines. In the examination hall, Number 2 explains that anyone who speaks during the test will be dismissed and adds that the test will be long and difficult. A girl groans at Number 2's comment and is disqualified for making noise. Reynie raises his hand and gestures that he needs to sharpen his pencil, and Number 2 allows him to do so. The test begins, and only a few seconds in, a boy runs away shouting that he cannot do it. Reynie concentrates on the questions, which are too difficult for him to understand, as they cover advanced topics in world history and geography. Despite this, Rhonda, seated in front of him, finishes in just half an hour. Before submitting her answers, she secretly drops a small piece of paper for Reynie. He notices it contains all the answers, but, despite struggling with the questions, chooses not to pick it up. The atmosphere is intense, with some students nearly crying due to the difficult questions. Reynie doesn't know any of the answers initially, but after reading the questions carefully, he realizes that the answer to the first question is hidden in the last question. In fact, all the answers are embedded within the questions themselves. With this insight, he easily writes down the answers and makes well on the test. When the results are announced, only Reynie passes, which surprises him since Rhonda had cheated. She wishes him luck and leaves, while Reynie waits for further instructions. Then, a student named Sticky Washington enters the room. Sticky has an eidetic memory, allowing him to remember everything he sees. He was also the only one who passed the test in his batch, which he finds strange because someone else had cheated. It turns out that both he and Reynie had the same experience before the test, meeting the same girl who dropped her pencil in the sewer. They realize that the true purpose of the trick was to test their loyalty and kindness. This is why they passed, while the other students who focused solely on the questions did not. Suddenly, a girl comes running to the room and introduces herself as Kate. She is athletic and adventurous, always carrying her red bucket of tools. Kate claims she didn't actually pass the test because the questions were too difficult. Instead, she was selected for helping number 2 by creating a distraction to chase away angry parents. Then, Krista and Dewey join the group. They have also passed the exam and are confident they will make it to the Boatwright Academy. Krista is a know-it-all who considers everyone else inferior. Once the team is assembled, they are introduced to Milligan, the overseer of the next test. He instructs them to enter a room one by one and asks Krista to go first. She enters and notices the chessboard pattern floor. A note on the floor asks her to cross the room without stepping on the black or white squares. Krista bluntly refuses, thinking it's a trick question. Milligan disqualifies her and sends her home. Next, Dewey enters the room and uses his athletic abilities to jump to the yellow squares. He sticks to the wall and leaps to the other end of the room with ease. After he passes, Kate enters with her red bucket of tools. She takes a rope from her bucket, ties it securely, and creates a pathway. Having worked in a circus for a long time, Kate can easily walk on ropes, so she uses her skills to reach the other end and complete the task. When it's Sticky's turn, he reads the question carefully and realizes it specifically asks them not to step with their feet. So, he gets on all fours and crosses the room. Lastly, Reynie thinks for a long time and then simply walks to the other end of the room. When asked how he passed the test, he explains that the boxes had longer lengths, meaning they weren't squares. Since the question asked them not to step on the squares, he walked across and passed. After that, Milligan leads them to the location of their final test, which turns out to be a sewer. He claims it's the pathway to their destination, which strikes the kids as odd for the entrance examination to such a prestigious school. Reynie also notices that none of the examiners have mentioned the Boatwright Academy yet. Despite this, he trusts Milligan and follows him until they reach the front lawn of a mansion. Milligan leaves them alone for a few minutes to check if everything is prepared inside. During this time, Dewey starts exercising while the other three discuss their families. Kate reveals that her mother died when she was young, and her father abandoned her in an orphanage. She doesn't hold it against him because it was there that she discovered her love for circuses. Reynie also shares that he never knew his parents, but he still misses them in general. Dewey adds that his parents love him dearly and consider him their miracle. Shortly after, they are summoned inside the mansion, which resembles a maze. Rhonda emerges and discloses that she was sent to test them. For their next challenge, they are divided into 4 different sections of the maze and instructed to find a way to reach the second floor. The first 3 to ring the bell upon reaching the designated floor will pass. Rhonda drops a hint, suggesting they should be able to accomplish this task with their eyes closed. The challenge begins, and Reynie promptly starts searching for clues. He notices that each doorway bears 4 signs pointing in different directions. For now, Sticky takes the clues seriously and attempts to solve the maze with his eyes closed. Thanks to his photographic memory, he navigates quickly. Kate, thinking outside the box, opens a vent on the wall and climbs up. Dewey, however, follows Sticky closely. When they reach the stairs, Dewey pushes Sticky against the wall and rings the bell before everyone else. Reynie soon realizes that the signs are in Braille, which provide directions. He uses this information to reach the stairs and help Sticky up. Kate is already there, waiting for them so they can all ring the bell together. As they do, the 3 win, and Dewey is disqualified. The instructions had specified that the first 3 to ring the bell will win, so since Sticky, Kate, and Reynie rang it together, they are declared the winners. Following their success, they are introduced to the mastermind behind the test, Mr. Nicholas Benedict. As they argue the upcoming orientation, the 4th and youngest member, Constance, joins their team. She is a small, intelligent, and witty girl who doesn't care about what anyone thinks. It turns out she passed the test in a unique way. She crossed out all the questions claiming they were wrong, ignored the instructions, and brought as many pencils as she wanted, and during the maze test, she enjoyed a sandwich instead of solving it. Despite her unconventional approach, she was still selected. Then, Mr. Benedict reveals the truth. They haven't been recruited for a scholarship to the Boatwright Academy. Instead, they have been chosen for an undercover mission to save the world. The children are bewildered by this revelation. Mr. Benedict explains that they are the only ones capable of ending the emergency and saving the world from turmoil. It goes out that a mysterious subliminal message is being broadcast globally through radios and televisions. When people listen to these shows, they only hear the high-frequency sounds. However, behind those sounds, violent messages are embedded at low frequencies that the human ear cannot detect. Although people can't hear these messages, their brains react to the frequency, causing them to subconsciously absorb the messages and become anxious. These messages have created the illusion of international panic known as the emergency. After a year of research, Mr. Benedict discovered that the signals of these messages originate from an island that hosts a children's school. Consequently, only kids can be sent there to investigate and stop the broadcasts. Thus, their group has been selected for the task. Mr. Benedict gives them the option to decline and expresses his happiness at having met such intelligent kids. After deliberation, all of them agree to join the mission and begin their training. Subscribe for more videos like this and turn on the notification bell. Tap the like button to help the channel out. Thank you so much for watching.